Spurs, Shaka. They got a late winner from Heung-min Son to get over the line against Norwich City. Was this convincing from Jose Mourinho's team?
Not overly convincing, especially when you consider the opposition. But Norwich have shown that they have a surprise in them. And once they got themselves back to 1-1, you just wondered about Spurs, and especially given how much they've been flagging over recent weeks themselves. But Son got the winner thanks to a kindly deflection that took the ball into his path. Spurs get the 3 points. And as of right now, and while we're still talking about Manchester United and how poor they are, they're in 5th. Chelsea, who seem to keep wanting to shoot themselves in the foot, and they haven't had the most convincing of transfer windows themselves, still within touching distance. In a Spurs team that, again, is not living up to their own hype, their own expectation.
I think this would fall under the label much-needed win, wouldn't it?
Well, especially with Chelsea dropping points last night, they just had to get the job done. The answer to your question, and Shaq said it, no, they're not convincing. But most of these teams have been pretty bad. And I tell you, one of the things you can gauge by that is how bad they've been, is that Southampton, who have been on a great run, there's a little aberration against Wolves, but they have been on a great run. But they were trying to jettison Ralph Hasenhüttl at the start of the season, or 2.5 months ago. The fans wanted him out. The fans wanted, it was a horrible done. They got beaten 9-0. And now all of a sudden, Southampton are in touching distance of the Uniteds and the Tottenhams of this world. And I think that tells a story about where these clubs are compared to where clearly Leicester, but more so City and Liverpool are.
And talking of Leicester, after a couple of defeats in a row, big win for them against your Hammers.
Desperate need of points. Listen, I'm looking at the league table and seeing where West Ham are just outside the bottom 3, only by goal difference.
Yeah.
For Leicester, expected result. I think the issue for them, or the concern for them, is Vardy himself, and adding to an injury list that you just wonder if Leicester City can cope with. Right. They, for me, are the 3rd best footballing team in the league, but can they? Is their squad deep enough to deal with those injuries? That's the big concern for them right now.
Well, indeed, he was out injured. He came back in. Mendy got injured. Vardy's injured, but Brendan Rodgers after the game, I think, said it doesn't seem too serious. But they're cementing the top 4. On the other side, David Moyes said, well, what I do, I get wins. Well, I'm sorry, but not with this squad of players. And West Ham are another club that think, let's just keep hiring and firing managers because that's the solution. And actually, it's their player recruitment as well as that. But their player recruitment is so poor. And so they're another club that's in the position of having to rethink about their whole structure and ownership.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.